Rebecca Hall is no stranger to scary movies, appearing in suspenseful dramas The Awakening, Christine and The Gift in the past decade. But actually, I have low tolerance for being scared. Funnily enough, she says. I have a high tolerance for taking jobs that are going to require an awful lot of me, which is why I gravitate towards horror, because you're uniquely forced to portray extreme emotions. Extreme is one word to describe the actress' latest thriller, The Night House, in theaters Friday, in which she plays a newly widowed teacher named Beth. In the days and weeks following her husband's suicide, Beth becomes convinced his presence is still lingering at their lakeside home, blasting the stereo in the dead of night, or leaving muddy footprints where their boat is docked. She soon discovers a collection of occult books and photos of women who look eerily like herself, leading Beth to suspect that her spouse harbored dark secrets. Her brand of grief is confrontational and provocative, Hall says. She doesn't run away screaming and terrified. She runs into it saying, "Come and get me, I don't care." I wanted to be haunted, which I thought was a really compelling idea. Unnerving and moody, The Night House is more creepy fixer-upper than Manor masterpiece. Hall, 39, whose feature directorial debut Passing was warmly received at the Sundance Film Festival in January, talked to USA Today more about doppelgangers, ghosts and the art of drunken acting. Rebecca Hall, "The discomfort is in the fighting of nothing. I remember there was a day we were doing a more intimate scene with the ghost, touching him and that kind of thing. I assumed a lot of it would be choreographed or there would be someone in a green, motion capture suit who would get erased. But no, it was more like, turn up to work that day and, okay, now's the scene where you make out with a ghost. Go, Rebecca." It became very liberating after a while because there was no room for even a scrap of self-consciousness. I just had to go for it and be prepared to look silly. So I checked embarrassment at the door and got on with it. Hall, "No. I was staying at a hotel once that was incredibly haunted in Concord, Massachusetts, and everyone kept telling me, 'You're going to see things.' So every night I was like, something is going to happen. Then one morning, I woke up to the sound of marching and drums and old World War horns, and I was like, this is it. This is an army of ghosts, it's full Game of Thrones. But I looked out the window and it was just a Civil War reenactment." Hall, "I don't know. I remain open-minded in a not skeptical way. I'm broadly accepting of the idea that anything is possible, but I'd like to see it first before I believe." Hall, "The funniest one I had was being confused for myself. Laughs, someone walked past me on the street once in New York and said to me very loudly, 'Oh my God, you look just like Rebecca Hall. Only don't worry, you're way prettier,' which was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, honestly." Hall, "It was so brief. He was literally on the move when he did it, but I didn't have time to come up with anything witty. In retrospect, I should have thanked him profusely." Hall, "Drunk acting is very difficult. You just have to do something like memory recall and just remember that woozy feeling. If you can't, sometimes spinning around helps just to get the feeling of being a bit dizzy. I remember doing that a bit." recall, it was intensely moving and also intensely weird. It's probably the festival I've been to the most, so it was emotional for me to have the film I wrote and directed get in there. It was also emotional to not be able to go, and then have to experience the whole thing through my computer. So it feels like the film has had a long virtual life and now I'm very, very, very ready for it to have come alive in theaters, this fall, and on Netflix, November 10th.